Control, control, control. I'm going to do video blog number 2 here. Hopefully help someone to get free of some control issues you might have. You might not even realize you have the control issues, but I think maybe after you listen to this a little bit, maybe you might think differently. But we used to have this dog, and we lived in a house that had a big old backyard fenced in. And when we lived in that house, that dog could run and run and run and run. She's free as she could be. So, and she lived outside. We didn't keep her in the house, so we never really got her potty trained or anything like that. So, when we moved into a house that didn't have this big old backyard. So we had to get her this small dog lot. That's what we could afford. Couldn't really afford to fence in the whole backyard. So that's what we did. Well, the problem with that was she didn't get enough exercise, so we had to do the old walking the dog thing. And I'll be honest with you, it's not something I wanted to do. Reality was we had that dog because my wife wanted the dog. It wasn't so much because Ben Coben wanted the dog. Okay. So anyway, I do the good thing. I'll go out by the leash, hook the dog up to the leash, and off we're going to go. This is going to be like I've seen so many times on TV. Some of y'all walk your dogs, I know. So hook it up, and I go to pull her, and she is not going. No matter how hard I pull, I could not get her to go where I wanted her to go. So I pulled harder and harder and harder. The harder I pulled, the more she just hunkered down and locked herself down, where I would literally have to drag her if I really wanted to move her. Of course I didn't want to do that because I love the dog. But so I tried to pull him, but then I let off the leash. Lo and behold, as soon as I let off the leash, she got up and just kind of started wandering around. If I pulled on the leash, she'd stop, lock down. Let off the leash, she'd get up and she'd start walking, actually in the direction that I actually wanted her to go. So I guess the moral of this story is that sometimes the harder we try to cause something to happen, often we're all actually preventing it from happening, especially if you're dealing with people. I'm going to tell you, people do not like to change. Change is something that people have to be willing to do on their own. So, my advice to you today is, what situation in your life are you pulling and pulling and pulling? And the harder you're pulling on it, the worse it's getting. The more difficult it's getting. The more challenging it's getting. So my advice to you is maybe, just maybe you just need to let off that leash a little bit. Maybe if you let off the leash, maybe that dog will really go in the direction that you want it to go. There was an old song, I think back in the 80s, 90s, I let it go, and that's when he blessed me. I firmly believe that there is a blessing sometimes in letting things go. It's really faith if you really think about it. Faith to believe that that dog would walk in the direction I wanted her to go. Faith to believe that this situation that I'm trying to change by force. Faith to believe that maybe I just need to let it go and give God the opportunity to make that change. Y'all be blessed. Enjoy this weekend. Bye.